And the new guy patched me up, put me on his shoulder, and blasted his way through the rest of the complex. Synths everywhere.
Carrying you the whole time?
Amazing, right?
That's one word for it. Deacon told me you... So is any of that true?
Every word he said was true, and then some.
A full 100. I can't even imagine.
See? Just like I said, boss.
I was expecting Deacon to grab a full team, including Glory, to secure that prototype. But instead, just the two of you cleared out the entire switchboard.
You'd be insane not to sign him up, Des.
You've certainly made an impression on Deacon. He's never spoken of... Welcome to the Railroad.
I'm not interested in joining right now.
Understood. The offer's still open, though.
Come on, boss. You just gotta join her.
Desdemona.
I have a report here. It reads more like a comment.
Sure. Yeah, that was me. I took down a courser.
That's what the report says. Hard to believe. I'm all for one less courser in the world, but the conventional wisdom is that you run from them rather than engage them. So why did you kill him?
I needed a courser chip. I need the code on it.
You have one of their chips? Intact? Follow me. Now.
Come on, boss. You just got... gotta join our crew.
Decoding a courser chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong, the least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh man, it's been ages!
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the courser chip.
Fine. It's yours.
All right. Tom, make it happen.
All right, little courser chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you.
How'd they find Switchboard, Doc?
We carried over the law. All it takes is one person.
Clearly leads to the next HQ.
Whenever you
We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithm.
If you're not here to save sins,
Hi.
just leave.
Watch yourself, outsider.
What else was the last time? This is gonna be. Come on, baby. Show me the pattern. Where is it? Wait. They're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. Got you. Got you. Show me that sign. There we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work.
Everyone's all, you've been hitting the chems way too hard. But I got my eyes open. I see.
Awful lot of rads around. We should get out of here.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a Courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines or setting computer terminals free or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the all the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of
Uh-huh. I'm sure it'll work.
For the record, I haven't made any promises. But if you can build this device and make use of that code, you should be able to override the signal from the Institute's relay. Can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for...
I got it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to make it in there. For both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being... normal. So you find it. Now go on. Take these and get to work.
Uh-huh.
Protect and serve.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading, according to our scribes. The moment that's in the Institute. And
Right.
to accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the only logical explanation. That's where we need your help.
Well, guess what? This is your lucky day. I have a way inside.
The method is useless without the means to make it work. Perhaps we should pool our resources to achieve our common goal. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager to get into the Institute.
I think they're the ones who kidnapped my son.
The Institute preys on the weak to further their own ends. Together, we'll make them pay for their crimes. I'll call ahead and brief Proctor Ingram. Report to the airport, and get to work on your project.
That thing should be scrapped for parts.
Trust me, friend. Neither me nor the machine wins out in that transaction.
Hey, Valentine.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. Took me a long, thank goodness. Of course, when I took up there back when, the map...
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rest, you know,
Sure.
the young. I took a
Right.
taking up and...
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they should. But I... And after a while, it was about then, I took... That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Hey, Nick.
I'll see what I can do. Go ahead.
That's all for now.
Got it.
Hey.
Take a look.
Attention all personnel. This is to serve as a reminder. Scribe Naraya's mole rat subjects are not pets.
If you have a moment,
they are crucial
there's something I'd
military
like to discuss
resources.
with
Of course. What's
As
on your mind?
such, they
Thank
are
you.
not to be fed
This isn't
by
a
any
formal
personnel
meeting.
save
I
Scribe Naraya and her
simply
team.
want to clear the
Any
air.
violation of
I
this
think we may
policy
have
will
gotten
result
off
in
on the
severe
wrong foot
discipline.
when we first met, and I feel like I owe you an apology. Expecting you to embrace the standards of the Brotherhood without having a history with us was unfair. And given that you've adjusted so well to our beliefs, I don't think I needed to push so hard.
So there is a human being under all that power armor after all.
Sometimes I need a reminder, but yes, there is. When I was an initiate, my sponsor was Paladin Krieg. Toughest,
He was a model. From the moment I fought by his side for years.
It sounds like he was trying to motivate.
If he was. After I was promoted, the news it's taken. It's because
I'm flattered that you have so much faith in me.
You've earned that. Well, I've said I trust you'll keep this in confidence, of course. Some of that information was of a personal nature.
Dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
Dance.
Valentine.
No matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
Might want to have Night Captain Cade take a look at that injury. Don't worry. We'll keep the critical running at peak efficiency.
Protect your power armor well, and it can get you through anything.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? Alright, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
Oh, you definitely know your stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized reflector platform. It's gonna take a cargo...
I'm glad you can make sense of those plans.
I haven't made... Here's a list of everything. You're also...
We're taking too many rads. We need to move out.
Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that...
Looks good, Ingram. I'll get to work right away.
I wish... Oh, one last thing. It's important that all the components are wired together, so all... If you need any help, I'll be over... I'd wish you good luck, Knight.
Elder Maxon?
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna...
Right.
God willing.
Uh-huh. Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside, huh? Good. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
That's fortunate.
Yes, it was. Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
She was a valuable resource. It was a mistake to let her leave.
Agreed. I wish our predecessors... Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return. There's a special
Consider it done, Elder.
Very good. Very good. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. The device doesn't work from over there. You have to be on the platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are all often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Those bastards, they took you from me.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Damn it.
Father?
Sean! Open
Father,
the door!
help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start anew. I am Father.
Sure. I could kill you. Right here. Right now.
Yes. Yes, you could. And I would be powerless to stop you.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers. And answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complex.
Right.
You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader. To you, that would certainly seem true. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward.
Right.
So they followed the...
So the weird...
In a matter...
Sure.
The Institute... Even... I was exactly... I am their father. Through science, we are family.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something to say. I know this isn't what you wanted. But it's the only truth I can offer you.
You're my son? Then prove it. Now.
I've already told you how I came to be here. I don't know what further proof I can offer that would convince you. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
All right. Let's talk then.
I know you must have...
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important.
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen, just what else can...
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now...
Yes, that's what I want.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Forgive me. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself.
Sure. I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad.
Right.
The Institute is now your home, as much as you want to and finally...
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh.
Excuse me, Doctor.
They weren't
Most
kidding.
of them have lasted
You
long
really
past
are
their
here.
projected lifespans.
Well, all right.
If you
I'm
ask
Allie.
me,
Allie
they were
Filmer.
built pretty well.
You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much.
Uh-huh.
If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my wife.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might guess. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So...
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear.
Sure.
Take your time. If there's anything else you like...
It must be a challenge to meet the power.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, we've learned when fortunate, it's a good thing to... I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out. Here we go.
You're here. Glad you made it.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial. The dosage will be much larger this time.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
We're all looking forward to working with you.
I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operation.
Hi, Doc.
I wonder how the Warwick
Welcome.
family is
So
doing.
good to have you here.
Young Wally
Dr.
must be
Clayton
close to
Holden,
10 years old by now.
head of the Bioscience Division.
Remarkable that
I
any child
Right.
can survive for so long up there, don't you?
I look forward to learning.
In that case, as our most important to that end,
Sure.
we've even started. You probably
Uh-huh. Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
with hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask: have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know, but it's also a rare and important opportunity. In any case,
Uh-huh. I'm good for now. Thanks.
take care then. Did you add those new strains of tricanthos we discovered to the database?
I told you that I would. Well, unsurprisingly, I have.
Good man.
Nice.
Compliment is quite unnecessary, Doctor.
Got it. Sweet.
Negative sensor read. Weapons cold. Perimeter movement detected. Possible stealth unit in the AO.
Sweet.
Weapons hot. Eliminated, sir. Detected. Possible stealth.
Sweet.
Engaging hostile. You are facing an Assaultron-class combat robot. It is inevitable.
Area secure. If you're looking for another safe haven, there's shelter. Turret supplies at the police station in Cambridge.
Hey there.
Damn ferals. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
That's it.
Lock and load!
find the terminal. I'm in.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. Is it true Route 77 has been discontinued?
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing.
Doctor.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
I wasn't aware that I needed authorization.
Father may have given you the keys to the castle, but this is still my laboratory. If you plan to stay down here...
Easy. I just want to talk.
About what? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he said. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, how sweet of them. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. Like there are things I'm not supposed to know about. I don't like that. But still, how can I turn my back on all of this?
Your work could be instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? You know, I never understood why the Institute was so damn selfish. All those innocent people up there, dying. And here I am, surrounded by technology that could make their lives better. Yet we hide down here and insulate ourselves from everything and everyone. It's not right. It's not right.
Sure.
I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of,
Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he?
Reporting status.
Are you seriously heading over to robotics to knock some together?
So much research.
They're
So little
dragging
time.
their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some course.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Please don't.
So,
There's enough
here
friction
you are.
as it is between
Justin
us
Ayo,
and pretty much
acting
all
director
other
of the Synth
departments.
Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology to fall into the wrong hands. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and they are highly self-sufficient. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get...
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth all too often...
stay here too long, we're gonna get sick.
Hey.
Ready.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. Wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I built too, but that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxon gave you all of the details? Good luck, Knight.
Keep your hands away from those vertebrate prop legs.
When it comes to keeping the Gridwin running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight.
Elder Maxon.
Please continue assisting Proctor Ingram in any way you can.
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below.
Nothing to report right now, Knight.
Thoroughly secure all gear while on the flight deck. Thank you.
I'd gladly lay down
Proctor
my life.
Tegan.
Nice work bringing Dr. Lee back into the fold.
I'm looking for some firepower.
Got some choice weapons that just came in.
synths are the worst. They hide in plain sight. You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud. Hopefully the next recovery team will bring back some decent supplies. Been having to get real creative lately.
Don't let Max's
Mez is self-service,
age fool you.
brother.
He's
You
a
take
brilliant
what you need.
tactician and an experienced
Proctor
soldier.
Tegan's looking for folks to procure supplies from local farms. You should talk to him.
We'll stop the Institute. For Maxon and for the Brotherhood. I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot. It leaves that memorable ozone smell behind. Sense,
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
He didn't tell me anything.
Makes sense. We've been trying to keep it under wraps until the time was right. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. And the first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Pridwin, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Run into any sense.
signals keep pinging the array. Gonna try to filter it out.
Attention, this is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan.
Has a twisted sense of humor.
That is all.
Never forget.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime,
If you see or hear anything suspicious, it is your duty.
You promised you'd help us.
you're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Ad Victoriam, brother.
Dr. Lee.
Would it be possible to speak off the record for a moment?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is difficult for me to say, so I hope you'll bear with me as I try to get through it.
When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious reservations about it. Despite all that, this has turned out to be a rewarding experience for both of us. At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about being a Brotherhood soldier that you don't already know. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions that you intend to keep those ideals close to your heart.
I'm flattered to hear this, but I feel like there's more.
There is. I'm just not very good at these sort of things. Let me start at the beginning.
I grew up alone in the capital wasteland. Spent most of my childhood picking through the ruins and selling scrap. When I was a bit older and had a few caps to...
Sure.
While I was there, I met a guy named...
When the Brotherhood came through on a recruit,
I'm glad you had greater ambitions than just selling junk.
once I saw what the Brotherhood had to offer, there was no comparison. Anyway, about a year after, it took some convincing. But I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble a squad and search for him. It took almost 3 weeks, but we tracked his team. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered the mutant back. He wasn't Cutler anymore. I had to... It was my duty to...
You did the right thing.
It's what I was taught.
Sure.
Ever since Cutler. But I'd never considered any... It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all this. I don't want to...
It'll never come to that. I promise.
Even though I'm well aware, I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand.
Whatever the case may be.
You haven't lived until you've tipped a Brahmin with a vertibird. Now that's a challenge.
first-hand knowledge about their facility.
Proctor Ingram.
Wow, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and what we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Night.
Building something? Awaiting your command.
Now that we have intelligence on the Institute, we can use it against them to gain the upper hand.
Proctor.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime... Without them, his offensive systems aren't...
Shouldn't be a problem. Just...
I wish I could. Prime's bomb,
Right.
the Commonwealth. But since we arrived...
That's going to be without a fully...
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope,
Sure.
Proctor Quinlan has located some records. We're fair... The cat.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good. Because scribe... I suggest, hopefully, by the time you... Good luck.
Rearming Prime with nukes should get him back to full fighting potential.
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up before you head out.